Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully created one of the APIs for our post contact, and also we checked our APIs and we are able to successfully insert this data in our database table, right? So it's now successfully inserted. So now I want to pass this data, that means I want to hit this API from this React project. So that is in our contact page, right? So into the contact page, first of all I want to find out this appropriate file location. So now that is in our React project. So into the React project, first of all, that is maybe in our component. Into the component, that is in the common, and then there is a contact. You can see that is actually our contact, right? So right now we don't need this our home page. I remove it. App URL will be needed. Also here we have to use our another one. So that is a contact. Great. So in the contact page, here I'm actually using that input type. So that will be as a text and make it as a not mobile number. That will be as a enter your name. Okay, enter your name, not that number. So I want to use it, and also that message should be one of the message box. Okay, that should be one of the message box, not this one. If you go to that React Bootstrap again, with the React form to the React Bootstrap, I want to take it. I hope you at that point you already understand that part. So if you go to that component, into the component, and there have some of the if you go to the form, okay, into the forms, you can see there is actually our text area, right? So now I want to use this one. There's a form control text one, better I copy it. Okay, I simply copy it, and now go to here. That should be not that input field. Here I remove this input field. I want to load this form control. Okay, I have already loaded this form. So there is our text area, and there is a row. Okay, and there is another row. So now if you click as a save all, now go to our project, now click as a refresh. Perfect. You can see that is appropriate, but here there is actually class is missing. I want to use the same class, but I copy it, and then here I paste it. So now that should be great. Now click the save all. Now refresh it. That is appropriate in line. You can see, and also we want to use some of the placeholder for the message. After that, I want to use that as a placeholder. Placeholder. So there is a placeholder. I want to use one of the placeholder as a message. Okay, message. Now click as a save all. Now refresh it. Perfect. Now it's also display the message. Okay, great. So friend, I want to do first of all we have to actually get all that our data, right? So here I want to declare one of the state first. So that is all that our field, and also there is a button. We have to also update this button type will be we have to add. So I make it as a button type. Okay, button type will be one of the submit button, right? So that will be the submit. So there is a submit type, our button, which is totally fine, and then that is our send. Okay, that is our send. Great. So now we have to work in our component. To the component, first of all, I want to take that constructor. There is a constructor function. I simply take it, and then that will be as a super. We have to load this super, one of the another constructor. Here we load it, and then I want to declare some of the state. That will be the state. So these states here I want to load. They have the three field, right? So one is the name. First, for the first time I want to make it as a empty. Okay, for the first time I make it as a empty, and then another one is the email. So I make first for the first time that will be as a empty, and then I want to make it as a message. Okay, message. Great. So I simply take and make all that field as empty for the first time. So here you can see I use that comma. Is full stop is that will be as a comma. So name is empty, email is empty, message is empty. So I want to first of all get this. Okay, and that means get all that our data. So if you want to use it, so here we have to add one of the on change all that function we have to apply in here, right? All that our field here we have to apply it. So what I want to do is very easy. One of the process here only we have to I take one of the function name, I name it as a name. Okay, for the name, and then on change. Okay, name on change. Here I want to declare on the array function, and into this array, So that will be one of the array function. Okay, so that is our array function. So into this array function I want to pass one of the event. So I want to pass one of the event, and first of all I want to take this our targeted value data. So for the, if you want to access it, this targeted value data, here we have to do, I take one of the variable as a late and I just name it as a name. And then with this event, okay, event, with this event I want to targeted our value, target. So that is a target value. Okay, so I use that target value. So with this targeted value I want to check it. Better I want to put some of the alert in here. Alert, I want to put another alert, and into this alert area I want to display our this name. Okay, I want to display this name. First of all I want to check it, everything is working or not. So also we have to do the same things for our email and also for the message. So I now name it another method as a name on change, that is a email on change. Okay, email on change, and then the message on change, message on change. Perfect. So now we have to declare all that our method, that means on change name. So I want to do here also, here we have to update that field, our name. I name this as email. Okay, I name it as email. That will be alert as email, that will be as a message, and also here I want to pass that as a message. Okay, perfect. So now I want to take it our this method, that's method, that is our first input field, right? So there is a first input field. So here I want to use that as a on change method. So on change, so there is a on change, and into this on change area I want to use this, and then our method name as a name change, right? Perfect. And also I want to do the same things for the email, and also for the our this text area. So here I want to update, so that I name it here as a email on change. So that will be as a email on change, and also there is another one as a message on change. Okay, so there is a message on change. So first of all I want to check it is perfectly get this this value, targeted value or not. So if you want to check it, click as a save all. Now if you go to our project, now click as a refresh. So now here if you put as a, you can see it's perfectly get that A. That means our event, all that value is getted. Perfect. The D is getted. Here I press as a F is getted. That means everything is work perfectly. Okay, all that our targeted value, that means, so this all that value I have taken. So here with this on change, that is a method. So with this method, so with this targeted value I get, right? That means all that our input field value I get it. I take the things with this variable, right? So name I take it with this name, email or field, that is email input field, all that value I take it with this email, and then also all that our message input field message, all that our targeted value I take it with this message. Great. So here I have already checked it, which is totally fine. Better right now we don't need this. I want to note it in here, so I make it as a comment out. Okay, so now what exactly we have to do? So now we have to pass this name in our these states, right? So into this states, and this name before I make it as empty, here now I want to pass it. So if you want to pass it, there is another method as a set states, right? So now with this set states method I want to pass this data. So here that will be this, and then the set state method. So with this set states method I want to pass this value in our this states area, states. So this states our states name as a name, so that will be as a name. So now I want to use that as a name. Okay, so this name will be our targeted, all that value I take it with this variable. So now here that will be our this one. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now we have to do the same things. Here also we have to pass this value. So there is this value as an email. So our state name as a email. So that will be as an email, and our targeted value I already check it. There is an email, so that will be as an email. Okay, and then the same things now we have to apply for the messages. So our name as a message. So that will be as a message, and our targeted value name I take it, that means all that our input value name, right? I take it with this message, so that is our message. So I simply take everything in here, and from to this position I pass it with our set states method in here. Okay, that means in our this states area. Great. So now I have to work in our form. That means they have the one of the form, right? There is a form, and with the form there is a button. I already added that type will be as a submit type. So into this form area now I want to use one of the default on submit function. So that is on submit. So with this on submit function, I want to create another method, and here I want to declare this method like as a this, and then our method name I want to create as a on form. Whatever the name actually you choose, right now I make it as on form submit. Okay, so that will be as on form submit. So now this type of one of the method, and now we have to create. So I copy it, and then after this, okay, after this here I want to create this method as a on form submit, and then I want to create one of the array function. So that is our array function. I simply created it. Okay, and here also would be the same. I will pass one of the event. I pass one of the event, and then first of all I want to check it everything working perfectly or not, as I put on the alert. Okay, alert, and alert I want to put as alert as a hello. Okay, hello, hi, whatever you choose. So I want to display some of the alert message in here. So that is actually our message, and also this page should be not loaded, right? So this page should be loaded. So here we have to make it as a event prevent default. So with this prevent default function we can actually do that work. So I want to use that as event, and then the prevent default. Okay, prevent default. So with this function I want to execute it. So there is event prevent default, and that is our function. So with this function now that should be not loaded this page. Now click as a save all. I want to check it, click as a refresh. So right now if you make it as a submit, perfect, you can see now that is showing as a hi, hello, hello, hi. So that is a message. That means our submit function is working perfectly, which is totally fine. So now we have to add some of the validation. If you want to add some of the validation for our input field, how can add some of the validation, and how can pass all the data from here to our database table. Better I want to continue this process in our next video. I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.